Are you tired of your concealer creasing and making you look old? Don't worry about it, sis. I got you. I got the fix for it right now, right here in this Master Eye Concealer class. Let's get started. Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to Beauty is What I Do 2.0, where I talk to midlife women in their prime about beauty, a little bit of fashion, entrepreneurship, and today is no different. I have the best eye concealer master class for you. This right here, girl, you're going to want to save this. You're going to want to save this, come back to it, do it step by step, because when I tell you, it's going to give you that look underneath the eye that you have been desiring, those questions that you have about dark circles, about color correcting, about creasing. Girl, I got it all in this video. I got it all in this video, and I'm excited to share it with you. And trust me, this works whether you're 25, 45, or the fabulous age of 65 and above. Baby, this will work. So you're probably like, why does Darlene have that scarf on her head? Girl, because I mean business. I need all the hair out the way. I need it all out the way because y'all about to learn how to do y'all under eye. No more. Y'all about to learn how to do it. And I didn't need no hair, nothing. Plus, I got my hair braided up underneath. I got my hair braided, y'all. So I said, okay, this is a perfect time to do an eye video because, yeah, I'm giving my hair a rest. I'm moisturizing it. And so this was perfect for this video. So I already have on a little tinted moisturizer foundation by Maybelline because I imagine this is probably how most people wear their makeup. Most average women don't do full coverage foundation, and this is exactly what this is. As you can see, my uneven skin here, so it's not a full coverage foundation. Obviously, I also do not have on anything underneath my eyes because I am dark. Not only am I naturally a little darker here, but because I wear glasses, I'm also dark there. So I'm not going to go over skincare, anything like that. I will put it in the description if you're interested in what I've used. But I just woke up and I cleansed my face with my regular cleanser. I used my vitamin C, which helps to brighten my skin. I also use my rose oil that I absolutely love. Then I use my moisturizer. And then I used my SPF, and then I put my foundation on my tinted, oh no, I'm sorry, primer, right? Because it's getting hot. So we need all the things that's going to help whatever we put on our skin stay on our skin. So I also use the primer because the primer creates that barrier between your skin and your foundation so that your foundation goes on much smoothly and it helps it to stay on better. So I got that on, and then I have on this tinted moisturizer. Already got my brows done. Y'all know I ain't leaving without my lashes. I love my lashes. And of course, a little lip color. So we need to address this under eye situation. I have women all the time ask me either in the comments, I tried to correct, but I'm still looking gray underneath the eye, or I'm still getting creasing underneath the eye. The color is just not coming out right. So right here, we're about to break all this down, right? So if you are anything like me or darker, what I'm going to show you is going to work for you. If you're lighter, we're going to talk about that as well. But let's first start with what you're going to need underneath the eye. You need some kind of moisture underneath the eye. Why do we start to show fine lines and wrinkles there first on the face? Because it's the thinnest part of our face. That skin is very thin. You're sleeping and you're bunching up the skin, and that's why the lines are coming here and over here, and you're smiling and all of that, all the expressions. And because that skin is thin, it's going to show fine lines and wrinkles there first. So you need to hydrate that. You don't need to be going in with any kind of coverage without it being designated for the eye area. And I love specifically using an eye cream, not necessarily a moisturizer. I'm just gonna put the moisturizer on my eye. But first of all, your moisturizer may have SPF. You should not be putting SPF around your eye like that. Second of all, it may be just too heavy for your eye area unless you're just going to bed, maybe. But you know what? There are certain concerns you have with underneath the eye that you don't have for the rest of the face. So you really need to address those fine lines. You really need to address dark circles. You really need to address puffiness. And this is what they do when you decide to buy a cream formulated for the eye only. There are special ingredients that they put in it to address all of those concerns. So the one that I'm using today is the one that I have loved for many years. It's by Clinique, all about eyes, and it helps, it says here, reduces dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines. And the title is perfect, all about the eyes. It's by Clinique, and that's it right there. And I love this because it's a gel, which is a perfect consistency for an eye cream, but it feels like an eye cream. It's a gel, but it hydrates like an eye cream. So you're gonna first wanna do that, and you're gonna use your your ring finger. You see how much I have on there? It's not a whole lot. You don't need a lot. And you want to rub both of those ring fingers together, and you want to pat it on just so, all the way around, even on the side where those beautiful crow's feet are. Give it a minute, girl. Go to the bathroom, go do something, right? Just let it penetrate a little bit. And then we're going to get into the steps to covering up those dark circles and giving you a bright, highlighted under eye. So this is the setup that I have. I have my correctors. I have my actual concealer. I have the powder. I have my brushes. I have my Q-tip and my setting spray. Like, this is what you're going to need in order for you to accomplish the goal of really addressing the dark circles and addressing the creasing of your concealer and having it to last all day. Basically, you always want to start off with a corrector. Now, the ones that I choose and I love are the Corrector palettes by MAC. This one is the medium tone. This one is the darker tone, and I actually love these a lot. When I'm correcting, I use this one on myself. There is a palette that is lighter than the middle one, and that would be for my more porcelain women, my more olive skin, more fair, pink undertones. That's what you would use. We're trying to neutralize that area so that anything you, as far as tone goes, so that anything you put on top then can even out the skin tone. Because just going in with what you think is your regular foundation concealer, the pigment there is darker. The pigment there is different. So you need to neutralize that area with a corrector first, then come back on top with the normal tones of concealers and foundations that you want to wear. Okay, so now with that being said, when I am correcting, I am using the darker palette and I'm mixing these two colors together. I generally start off with this one, and then if I need to tap in with a little bit, if I need to tap in with a little bit more, then I'll tap into that one. So I'm still going to use my ring finger because why? It gives a lighter touch, right? To when you are working with your face or when you're working with the eye area, it gives a much lighter touch. And then second, I need to conceal both. I need to conceal this little bit of darkness underneath the eye and where I wear my glasses. So I'm going to tap into this one first with my ring finger, and I'm going to get a little close so you guys can really see. And I'm going to first start to tap here. You can clearly see the red in it, right? But that red is going to cancel out that darkness. So I'm just tapping. And as you can see, Add a little bit more, and I'm tapping in to the other one now. To really cancel out and neutralize that area. Let me get close so you can see. Right? That looks really good. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Tapping it. Just that area. And the beauty of using your fingers is because it warms up the product so it can feel and look more skin-like when you put it on. So that's great. It's neutralized that area as well. And now I'm gonna go underneath the eye, just where I need it. So now I'm using only underneath where I need it. And I'm really tapping that in to cover that up. So you can see, just look from looking from at that eye to this eye, that it really is doing what I want it to do. Like that looks really good. So now on the other side. And if you ever feel like, I mean, wherever, like I'm a little darker there. So I can take a little bit, put it right in that corner. You see the difference? Come on. Do you see that? How it's still darker there? Okay. This is color correcting. And some of you may even need to color correct around the mouth. Do wherever you are darker. That is all I'm saying. Okay. Now, just looking at myself, I think, in my opinion, I think this looks so much better. This is where a lot of people go wrong, because usually right after this, they now go into their concealer, which is very natural. I get it. I understand that. But remember the rule. Normally when you apply your concealer, what do? After you apply your concealer, after you apply your foundation, what do? You set it with powder, boo. Right? You set it with powder because you don't want it to move. The same applies for this. You just applied a cream to your face. What makes you think this is not going to move when you put that concealer on top? You've done all the perfect placement, and child, you're about to wipe it all away. So what I'm using is, I like to keep this travel mini size of Laura Mercier loose powder, just for moments like this, right? So what I'm using is it's actually an eyeshadow brush. It's a Morphe M516. But I love it because it's small, and I just need it to get right up in that little area like that, right? So this is the brush. That's the number. Okay. And I'm just using, what I like to do is tap like this, open it up, and use what's in the lid. That's all you need. So you want to take your brush, tap into it, tap off any excess, and you can see the excess coming off, and you want to set that. You want to set it. Just those areas that you've applied corrector. Okay, boo. Now you're ready to move on to your concealer, highlighter, and finishing the face. So now I'm going to go in and now conceal and highlight a little bit more. So for my concealer, I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. What's nice about this is that when you go to a beauty supply house, which is where most of these are sold, I think it's also sold at Ulta or Sephora or both. You can actually test these, right? Even though I believe they sell these like at CVS and Walgreens, I think, and Target, I don't think they have testers. So I love this concealer because you can test it out. My other concealer that I'm going to use is my Too Faced that I love. The Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Why do I love it? Because it's a liquid, but it's a cream, right? Liquid enough where it's not heavy, but it's creamy enough where it's going to really give you the coverage that you want. That's why I love it. Not only that, y'all, the value in this size, it's gonna last forever. When I tell you a little bit goes a long way, like you just need a dot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this, of the two concealers, this is the lighter one. I'm going to make a big dot and make a big dot. Because why? I want this to spread, right? And then I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm going to use that for the outer, because I don't want this light color coming all the way here. I don't want that. I don't need that. No, we don't need to be light all the way up there like that. So now you take the darker one, and you can use the brush or you can use a separate brush, and you want to apply it here. So this is closer to my skin tone. It's still giving me a little brightness, but it's not giving me that. Now you're saying, now Darlene, am I gonna need two concealers? Baby, this is a eye conceal master class. Okay, you would normally, to get this, baby, you would be paying for this. Okay, this is a master class. When you're ready to take your makeup to the next level and get your face right, these are the steps you have to take. These are the steps you have to take if you do not have that flawless skin like you did when you were in your 20s or 30s. And I understand, even those that are in, people have all kind of skin issues that they're dealing with. But most of the time, when we're younger, we don't have to do all these extra steps, right? So this is what we're doing. Now, beauty in this is that you want to let this sit for a minute, because the longer that it sits, the more it's going to stay, the more it's going to cover, the more it's going to conceal. So at this point, put it on, then, go to the bathroom, go get a sip of water. Go do something, but give it a minute. Give it a minute to let it do what it needs to do. And then the brush you're going to use, that I personally like to use, is this setting brush by Real Techniques. You can easily get this Amazon. As a matter of fact, just so you know, I will be linking everything down in the description for your convenience, and so that you'll know exactly what you need to get. Okay. So now I feel like we've talked long enough, where now we can start to blend things out. So I always like to start at the edge, and then work my way out. Okay. So I'm starting at the edge. I'm tapping, and I'm bringing the two colors together. Remember, you're not rubbing. You're really just tapping it. Tapping it where you want it to go. I'm just tapping it right there just to smooth out that edge. And you see how wonderful that looks? Right, it don't look like you're doing too much. We're not doing too much, y'all. We want it to still look natural. Beautiful. Okay, now let's move on to this eye. Starting at the edge. And just say for any reason you waited too long and it's like, oh my God, it won't move, it's dry. Take your setting spray, which I'm gonna show you at the end, but take it. Just wet that area. Get your brush. And then begin to blend it out. And then tap that edge there. And you're tapping and you're looking. You're tapping and looking and seeing just where else does it need to be blended. And there we are. Beautiful and concealed. Now, this is where we go into, okay, I've corrected, I've concealed, I'm highlighted. Darlene, it always creases. Oh, I got you. I got you. Let me tell you what you do. That's why I said get you. This is all part of this strategy, right? That's why you have everything that I showed you earlier. You're going to grab your Q-tip. You're going to smile. Smile, because we're going to go through the day smiling, talking, our expressions change, and that's where the creases come from, right? It's not that we've used too much product, because we clearly did not. But there are lines there, and we don't want the concealer to settle in the fine lines. So this step will help that. Now I'm using a concealer. I'm using a Q-tip. But there are smaller Q-tips, very small, thin, that really helps to get up in the line. And I'm going to make sure I link that below. As a matter of fact, here is a picture. This is what it looks like. You get them right from Amazon. They're not expensive at all, but trust me, you're going to love it. But for now, we're going to use this Q-tip because I know most people have a Q-tip at home. So when you've done that, you see where the creasing is. I want you to take your Q-tip and I just want you to go in that area where the creasing is, and pull out that extra concealer. Just go right in, tap it with that Q-tip, and pull out that extra. Baby, that works like a charm every time. Then you're going to go back with your finger, with that ring finger, and now you're just going to press to smooth out, right? Because now you have on just the right amount. And by you pressing with your finger, oh my God, that looks so good. By you pressing with your finger, you're warming it up and you're making it look even more natural. And now, what do we want to do at this point? We want to set this as well. So now you know I am a proponent of a pressed powder for fine lines, for our midlife beauties, and this is the one I'm using. It's by Sephora. The color is called Tan. I'm using that Real Technique setting brush into it, tap off the excess, and then you're going to make the funny face and to just tap it on top. Again, tap off. and tap it on top. And it looks absolutely flawless. I mean, absolutely flawless. At this point, it's all up to you, but that under eye, boo, that under eye, that under eye is fabulous. And that's what you do. Then you want to go ahead and set it with your setting spray. I like to use the Morphe, and then on top of that, I like to use a final finishing spray or setting spray, the one size, but I'm just going to use this one first. And then you're not going to touch it, right? You're going to let it dry. You're going to get a fan. I've ordered a fan. It's coming. You're going to get a fan and you're going to let it dry. Just like that. After this dries, you could go ahead and put on your blush, finish your eye, however, whatever else you do. But this is how you correct, conceal, highlight underneath the eye. This is the magical steps. So we're all done, and I'm so excited that now you finally know how to correct, how to set, how to conceal, how to brighten, and how to set again to get a look that is pleasing to you. Remember, y'all, it's not about erasing every line, every wrinkle. It's not about that, but it's about getting your look to a place where you are in your life, that you're happy, that you're satisfied. It's not about perfection. It's about softening and brightening the areas, and so that you can still look like you. Remember, y'all, we're beautiful at every stage, and this is where we are right now, and we're gonna make the best of it, and we're gonna keep it moving. So if you love these tips, don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, I am so happy that you stopped by, that you watched, hopefully, which was a quick video, but very informative video. And if you like it, girl, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss, because I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you my day ones, thank you as always. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I know you busy. I'm busy, but I appreciate you doing this and watching my videos. And as always, I am always trying to bring you the very best of what I know and what I have, so that you can stay on top of your beauty game too, girl. Now, even though I'm going to have everything listed in the description, what I will give to you today is a complimentary guide of my skincare, my PM ritual, and how you can follow along if you're looking for a regime, if you're looking for the correct steps and how to apply your skincare, because it all starts with skincare. Go ahead and click the link that's going to be in the description. You're going to get it from my Stan store, and it's a beautiful guide that I know will help you in your skincare and makeup journey. And for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.